Okay, so when last we left the party, it was time to kill Wolfang, the gangiest of all gangers. Hang on, am I... Okay, I was just saying, why does Zero have nothing equipped? It's just the terrible interface. Oh, thank goodness. We could talk about moral relativism, which I also don't believe in. Or actually, to be more accurate, and I don't mind saying this, I do believe in moral relativism within reason. Like, I believe that some people think it's differently morally acceptable to, for example, steal the last cupcake from the thing, right? Depending on the circumstances. And different people have different perspective on that, and there you go, moral relativism. My problem with moral relativism is people usually take that and just run with it as far and as wild as they can into absolute extremes. It's totally cool to murder billions of people because no, you're being stupid. Hi, Mr. Red. Whoops, wrong button. Is the North Pole area, do you feel cold? You're right? I'm alright, thanks for asking. Well, I wasn't going to ask, but I'm secretly crushing on X, but you're kind of cool too. Good morning, Darth Tyron. Whoa, Tyron. Yeah, no, I agree, Zalok. I really do. It also irritates me how often people bring it up as an excuse for horribly evil people. And that's always how it's brought up. Every single time that discussion happens, it's to justify some extremely evil act. Like, you know, murdering thousands and thousands of innocent people. I'm sorry, what? That... Oh, can't make that one, though. Can't make that one either. Good morning, Darth Tyrant. Whoa! Hey! It's because occasionally there's ones that are bigger. I'm surprised one got me, though, honestly. Oh my god, I just realized this is the third stage now, which is just a slow incline or decline. With bottomless pits, no less. What is with the developers of this game? Yes, let's begin polemic right now. Killing people is probably bad. That's my polemic opinion for the day. Yeah, I got a polemic opinion for you. If I had absolute power, I would never kill anyone, because I wouldn't have to. I have absolute power. Really is, Zalok. I know, Strife! That's no good! Sorry. But yeah, I don't think anybody is more surprised than me at how bad this game has been playing. Especially on the gameplay axis. Playing as Zero did bring the score up a bit, as expected, honestly. Playing as Zero is usually the hallmark of the PS1 titles. But just, wow, you know? We'll see if any of those bosses deserve that coveted third negative. As we go through a Zero. Good morning, Cat Horse. Oh, come on. That's just cheap. That's all that is. How is there a doggy writing on the... You know what, I don't even care. I don't even care. This is random, by the way. I don't know if I'd mentioned that before, but it means that there are certain patterns which can kill you and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm not joking. That is actually a thing that can happen with the randomness of that. It's not super likely, but it can happen. Did I mention this ice instantly kills you for some reason? Because I don't actually know why. No, it's not going to kill us because we have that on. So hang on, I should clarify. If you are in the empty space when it collides, it'll instantly kill you. If you're not, it'll just do damage. So it's actually better to be under the falling block than to be in the open space if you're screwing up the jumps. I feel this must be an investigator. Forget that. What? Now he is the Nightmare Investigator. We have to fight him. Regardless of his past, we must murder him horribly. Oh god, yeah. Zero might actually be a negative to gameplay in X7, just by himself. Yeah, no, it does a ton of damage, but it is survivable, and I know this because I've used that strategy before in that section. Blizzard Wolfang. Nice to see you. I'm here to murder you. Zero, I heard you returned. I won't die so easily. Don't think badly of me, Zero. I won't disobey Gate. I must pay for my past sins. Besides, I have a new mission. You know what I mean. Let's fight! I have no choice. You will lose. I mean, I have easy mode on, for God's sakes. In all honesty, this is probably the second easiest of these fights. Even if you're doing a challenge run, this is not a hard fight. I berserker him because I don't care, but you can just no-sell him so easily. Some of his attacks are literally stand there and very slowly shoot a single arcing attack, which goes over you if you're standing in front of him. Just picture that for a second. Whoops, let's not hover the mouse over the exit button in case we misclick that. There we go. Hey, Pareka. Hi, Cat Horse. Hi, Gingaman. Alright, this is it. We didn't actually look at this last time. Is it Wolfang's face? Pause. It is! Holy crap! Okay. Good morning, Zamseed. Okay, let's go do the final stages. Whoop, hang on. Do I want to get... No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. Okay. Welcome to hell.
Ready?
The secret laboratory of Gate exists in Area 0. Let's move in. That would have been funny, Gingaman. Our radar condition seems to be very bad, and I can't get the clear vision. Can you find anything? There's a big hole. This hole seems to be made for a big oaf to fit through. I assume the laboratory is below this, but I think we'll lose transmission once you enter it. Don't worry. And no, we didn't get Jumper. I can go back and get Jumper if I need it. It's dark here, but I can vaguely see something. Can you identify anything, Alia? Alia? Alia! I've already lost the transmission. Let's see. Alia is secretly in love with X. Yep, nope, definitely lost transmission. Ironically, and I think I already said this when we were going through this as X, this is much easier as Zero, even when you don't have Crookie mode on. Like, it's not easy, and it's still not good game design. By the way, this is our other slanted level, because you gotta have slants into bottomless pits. But this is so much easier than trying this as X. Just the existence of the double jump by itself, and the fact that you have a nice big AoE attack in the air while double jumping, is a game changer for these vertical sections. Or for the worst jump in the game, which I pointed out last time. Hey, Ambleby Berman. What's going on? I mean, sure, Gingaman, but I would have lost that bet. Or you would have lost that bet, whatever. Because I'm pretty sure it's just the one phase. Good morning, Walker. Good morning, Hazardous. Up, up, up. What? That... Wow, that was unusual, but okay, I'm just gonna accept it. I don't remember which one Turtleoid's attack is. Speaking of which... I can do this now. And that. there's just lava. It's just... So, this fight. I'm actually going to turn this off for this fight. Now that we're here. As much as I'd love to beat this game as quickly as possible, because it'll help the schedule, the fact is, we need to appreciate just how bad these fights really are. What's funny? Once again, this fight is slightly less punishing as Zero, just because he can do that. It is funny how much of a game changer the double jump is. Still kind of a tight jump. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, they can just do that at will, can't they? Ah. Okay, we're actually getting decent RNG so far. Damn it. Whatever. Ah! And we're dead. Ready? One moment. Ah. Never. Okay. Good fight. Granted, we don't have jumper. Or the damage preventer thing. I think it's the other thing we don't have. The half damage thing. We also don't have black armor, which might help with this. Yeah, the fact that they fake you out with no telegraphs is yet another reason why these suck. Oh, never mind. It looks like I do have the damage here. Ah! Yeah, like that. They can just decide, no, I'm going this way now. And because you have to be in position to dodge, if they do a fake out, you're pretty much guaranteed to get hit by that. You can also do that, but that's actually not a guarantee either. Like, look how close I'm getting each one of these jumps. Oh, there we go. And we're dead. I think I figured it out. I think I found it. I think it's just because I rebound the button or something. I'm stupid. So ignore me, Zalok. I think I figured it out. I think I did it right at the last minute there. Oh, this is one of the worst fights in the entire franchise, Star of the Tyrant. Last time we one-shot it, but that was because of RNG, which is one, I can't believe I dodged that, which is one of the reasons this is one of the worst fights in the franchise. The donuts are arguably worse, I can actually agree with that, but that's kind of cheating because you fight the you fight the donuts 4 times. Wow, that did literally 0 damage. Oh my god. I believe so, Ginga Man. And there's that fake out we were just referencing. Okay, that's not hitting him at all, Solo. Like, that did 0 damage. I know, right, Dimash? It's really sad. Let's be clear, this is an inches amongst miles problem. If you've never heard that phrase, the concept is, when you get to certain levels of extreme good or extreme bad, or extreme best or extreme worst, the difference is this minuscule compared to each other. If you zoom out the camera, they're all terrible, right? Okay, left. Nope. Ugh. So, whether or not the Mother Nightmare or Hymax 2, oh Jesus, or Gate, or the Donut, that's the wrong button, are the worst fight in the game, it really is just a matter of inches amongst those miles. They're all terrible fights. God damn it. Stop trying to dash entirely, it's just not working. Well, there's a round I do no damage. Because I literally can't reach the boss to do so. Alright, which way are we going? I guessed wrong. That sucks. Nope. Which way are you going? Okay, probably left. Yep, it was left. This fight. I'm starting to remember why I said this was the worst fight in the game, because I usually played this game and replayed this game as Zero. I'll try fire attack next time. Oh, come on! Why does he keep not jumping off the wall? That is very strange. There. Ah! Hi. 0 damage. Zalok, are you working for the enemy? Just be honest with me. It's okay if you're trying to get me killed. I get that all the time on my streams. I'm just wondering, man. Do you want me to die? Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah. Hey, Zach Taft. I accept death. I accept death. I embrace the nightmare. Shouldn't this boss power up Zero? Damn it, Wily. Pay up, boy. You can afford all those super robots and all those giant castles, and you can even afford E-Tree, for God's sakes. That's not cheap. Actually, no, this shouldn't power up Zero, because this is the Nightmare, which is built by an idiot, based on Zero. So it's like having inferior code version of yourself shoved into yourself. So never mind, it makes perfect sense that it hurts Zero. Probably shouldn't hurt X, though, but whatever. Yeah, the only thing that powers up Zero is the Nightmare Souls, which... Wait. I was trying it earlier and it did nothing, MLP Vermin. Like, again, 0 damage. We're talking about this attack, right? See, it's not doing anything. Now we can confirm MLP Vermin is also trying to get me killed. Does anyone want to get me killed today? Ah! Ready? That's... I'm actually curious. Hang on. Let's pull up the wiki on this. You got me curious now. Oh, by the way, make sure you vote if you haven't. It's very important. Vote. We need as many people in that as possible. Oh, it is apparently Shark Players. Okay! I was actually just about to Google that and look that up, Damashi. Alright, so we'll try this. God damn it, G. Cormos. No! Now, the funny thing about that downward stab attack is there's only literally 2 patterns that she can give us that actually allows us to hit her with that attack. Of, I think, about 6. This is one of them. Hey, Dakota. Thank you, Eitri. Make sure you vote. Everyone hasn't voted. First reminder. Okay, that's actually it's another good pattern. I'll take it. Yeah. Alright. It's okay, Dakota. We're going to finish X6 today. I'm either going to just turn the cheats back on. Or whatever, but... So, I've talked myself into giving a third negative for this fight. And you're probably thinking, what? Why, Laura? Oh yeah, by the way, did I mention Mother Beast, wow. Mother, Nightmare has a faster attack mode, which you just saw.
Ready?
I mean, that sounds very much like him, Octave. So we're just going to turn this back on. I think we've fully codified why this fight is one of the worst fights in Mega Man history. I think I've done my due diligence on demonstrating the specifics, the details, and the nuance of why this fight friggity sucks. By the way, that means there are 2 bosses in this game that have gotten 3 negatives. Really think about that for a second. Hey, Charna... Wait, I wrote this down. Charnadouf? Is that right? You emphasized the H, I'm assuming that's... Yeah, the donut was the other one. So, let's just get past this stupid thing. I'm going to turn it back off for Hymax, too. A few weeks ago, but I'm glad you like it, Cat Horse. I will relay that to third tonight. Truthfully, I do not know, MLP Vermin. It is legitimately possible that there's entire sections of this game that did not receive playtesting, and this could be one of those sections. Christ's sakes. I want you to imagine for a moment doing a no damage run just on this boss. Never mind the entire rest of the game. Never mind getting to this point. Imagine abandoning your no damage run because you hit Mother Nightmare. Haven't decided yet, Zillow. Depends what I think of them. We haven't really judged the outros yet on either side, so we still need to do that. Oh god, did we only give 3 negatives to Mega Man X1? That's sort of sad. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Or, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's technically 3 endings, but it's like X5. There's really 2.5 endings. Ugh. Now we play the waiting game. Unless I can... Nope, I can reach it. That just sounds insane to me, Damashi. Oh, thank God. We actually got a really good pattern there. She could have just spent a huge amount of time not letting us hit her. See you around, Salok. I need that bad advice, Salok. Jones. Yeah, there's 2.5 endings. There's the 0 ending, and then there's the slightly different X ending. It's like Mass Effect 3. Finally, you made it. You're truly great, Zero. It's simple. Evil must be defeated. I wanted to keep silence on this, but I will reveal the secret to you. I am your father. Sorry. To be honest, I didn't get here on my ability alone. Of course you didn't. You're a terrible scientist, Gate. That's part of your backstory. I got something. It was a blessing. Guess what I got? I thought it was junk at first. It was a piece of your body. I have a piece of your body, Zero. And Zero's just like...
Zero!
I obtained your DNA data. It couldn't be analyzed. I tried using the latest technology. Yeah, exactly, Damashi. What? You used my DNA? Your DNA was just fabulous. It made Hymax and the Nightmare easy. I couldn't contain my excitement. I could now create perfect and the strongest Reploids. But it couldn't match the original after all. I couldn't analyze it completely. How dare you? Delete the Nightmare virus now. It's too dangerous. It will be your undoing. Ha ha ha, how strange. You're usually so calm. Don't worry. I had enough experiments using low Reploids. And that yielded a virus from your DNA. What I should do now is to destroy the disgusting original body. I'll destroy your evil ambition. Oh my god, this game. Hang on a second. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Oh, whatever. No, if only I could make the... Yeah, Gate's just... Gate is just so terrible. I mean, I shouldn't say that. At least he actually has an honest-to-goodness character. It's even a character type that if this was written properly and had better dialogue, I could get behind. Really. He's the pathetic guy who was like, oh, well, I'll show everyone by proving my extremely experimental techniques and demonstrating how awesome my ideas are. Oh, shoot, my ideas got a whole lot of people killed. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Wait, what's this? And insanity. What? That's weird. Why is there nothing over here? Oh, that's where the black armor is, isn't it? Right. That's not there, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Hello. So we could do enemy design. Or, hear me out. We could all take the night off, go grab a burger, and just throw nightmare enemies everywhere. Yeah, the other part, amusingly, the other part of Gate's character that I like has nothing to do with him. It's the politics of the people who are sabotaging him. Like, this is probably one of the most political Mega Man stories, and that's saying something. Considering we've already had one about a rogue army being declared maverick because of stupidity. I believe they do say Gate. I could be wrong about that. I've given one negative for these stupid freaking things. By the way, we're back on easy difficulty, and you're probably thinking, why does that matter, Lore? Because it means these take about half the time to kill, which is very relevant on this section. Get out of my way, Zello. So, I've always had this theory, and I mean this. I forgot to mention this during the Zero series. You know how Inti Creates is just really, yeah, it's Inti Creates, is just really, really into spikes? I've often wondered if they played X6, and were like, you know what? That's how we should design our games. Right there. Spikes. Spikes. I'm surprised they didn't introduce Spike Man. If you touch the boss, you die instantly. I think Inti Creates got the point. It's a good idea, Eitri. Yeah, I know Gunvolt pulls back on the spikes. It really is weird, though, how much they just embraced the spikes in the Z series. So, oh, right, let's turn this bag off. Let's embrace the stupid. Just die, original one. What is he saying? Zero, people have been trying to kill you literally since you came out of the capsule. What is difficult to understand about the fact that he wants you to die? Anyway, it's time to finish. God, come on. There we go. I know we played the best song in the game. This is the worst song in the game. Hey, Torchinator. Yep. Remember I pointed out earlier that with double damage, Hymax was still taking forever? Well, this is Hymax 2. I love how he hits us for about a fourth of our health each hit, too. We could half that if we had gotten that part, but whatever. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, too. Okay, fine, we'll play it safe. Hello? Really, game? None of that hit him? What? Ready? Okay, anyways, this fight sucks. This is a long, slow, boring slog of a fight that can kill you in 4 hits. Moving on. Or 8 hits if you have the upgrade. Oh my god, why? No, I don't think that's redundant. I mean, they have power armor in Mega Man. That makes sense to me. It's another layer of armor, right? It's redundant armor. So I guess it is redundant, but redundancy isn't a bad thing, especially when it comes to, protection. What are we thinking, chat? Does this fight deserve a third negative? Let's really analyze this. First of all, he is incredibly boring. He has like a grand total of 4 attacks, I think? Damn it. Yeah, he's huge. His hurt box is gargantuan. Same trick they pulled with the Mother Beast, by the way. He's actually legitimately hard to hit at times because of the way he moves. He's weak to one thing, which it gives him gigantic, pattern-interrupting iframes. He has a bajillion health. Let's see. Difficulty to hit. has way too much damage, has way too much health, has gigantic invincibility for invuln periods, is only weak to one thing. It's like a truck. Have I missed anything? I think that's most of the bad boss design playbook right there. Turn that thing off. Yeah, I agree, Damashi. This is... I don't want to overemphasize this point. This is the opposite of good boss design. Yeah, no, I'm kind of agreeing with you, Darth Tyrant. At least the Ranjit fights are Kai Leng fights, aka they're just straight up cheating. This is just bad design. This is like someone was like, okay, we need to make the Hymax fight. Okay, I've got a cool idea. Maybe you should, like, make it so that he's vulnerable to one thing, and that makes it so you can hit him. Great idea! How much damage should it do? 1. So, yeah, okay, a good example of a gear check boss. Let me think about that for a second. Of course, my mind immediately leaps to MMOs. I was going to say the first boss of Entorus in Legion and the second boss of the Sunwell are both gear check bosses that are pretty good boss design. But in both cases, the gear check isn't why those are good bosses. They are good bosses that happen to include gear checks, right? Like, that's how that works. That's the whole point of a gear check when it comes to designing for an MMO, because what they're doing is they're saying, okay, this is the level of gear we are designing the rest of the raid for. That's the whole point and purpose of a gear check boss. Really. This is how we've balanced it. We've balanced it so that every party member is at this line. So the first boss requires you to pass this line. If you don't, then you should not be in this raid. Now, they don't always succeed at that because bad design happens, but that is the goal and purpose there. I'm trying to think of a non-MMO example of a gear check fight, and I'm kind of failing at it. I know there are some, I just can't think of any for some stupid reason. Anyways, I'm going to give a third negative for Hymax. Yeah, exactly, Jaron Duffy. That's why I'm kind of like, Like, okay, let me... This is going to sound like a bad comparison, and I know people are going to disagree with me on this. Let me go ahead and talk about Metroid, Super Metroid. Now, I've heard some people say that Super Metroid is designed around gear checking. Allow me to disagree with that. I could talk about Metroid while I want. The idea is, in Super Metroid, by the time you reach the end of the game, this is also true in several Metroid games, by the time you reach the end of the game, you are super powerful. And they're like, oh, well, we've designed the game around the idea of you being super powerful. But the truth is, they actually haven't, if you pay attention. It is possible to complete Super Metroid with a silly small amount of items. Now, I'm not even calling the technically stuff for speedruns. I just mean in general, like a general, normal playthrough does not require that many items to actually complete the game. If you're missing the difference there, the distinction is that Super Metroid does not design presuming you are going to be at max gear. You are rewarded for it, and you can feel awesome for it. And if you actually bother to go and get everything, then you're going to absolutely curb stomp the enemies. In my opinion, that is a better way to design than, well, this. The idea of... Because what things some games will do is they will completely design the game around the idea that you are at that level of gear, that you are at that level, or that equipment, or that materia, or whatever. And they essentially require you and mandate you to be at that level because that's what they balanced it for. In my opinion, Super Metroid did it better by balancing it around you being around here instead of around here. There's technically still a gear check there because there is still a minimum requirement, but it's so low that it arguably doesn't even qualify as a gear check. By contrast, X6 very clearly is designed around the idea that you go around, redo the stages multiple times, hence the nightmare effect, and get all the parts and rescue all the people and get all the armors and go through here absolutely stacked to the wall with, I think it's actually a quarter damage taken with everything equipped. you know, being able to do more damage over longer distance with all the special powers and blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. I mean, I'm ambivalent, Zactef. That's also true, Takoida. The flow and the itemization, let's call it what it is better in Super Metroid than this game by a gargantuan margin. Speaking of fun stages, so yeah, this is the, we actually talked about this. How X's series gave homage to, I forget who, well, Zero's series, and by series I mean stage, gives homage to Metal Shark Player. So this is the Zero stage. This is it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling another negative. It's coming. It's coming. I am fueled by negativity. At least that's what some people on the internet used to think, and they were wrong, and they're dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Why is there just the thing of the... Why is there the pattern of the winged angel thing in the rock? Yeah, so Damashi has another excellent point. Sorry, there's another reason this is stupid in X6. In X6, you can permanently lose upgrades. Permanently. Now, in some cases, you have to work at it, but there are plenty of things where it's very easy and very possible to just permanently miss out on upgrade X, Y, or Z. Okay, go ahead and make fun of me. I actually kind of like the idea of doing this section without the birds. I should clarify that, because the birds are just cheap at this point. Like having to hang down here while it smashes. I don't know, I kind of like that kind of level of design. It's just... What? What? That was a non-dash jump, is what you just saw happen. Hope you enjoy doing that whole thing again. Hey, Faded Kirby. Welcome to hell. I'm really curious if X7 is going to review worse at this point. I really am. I mentioned recovery frames. I couldn't duck there in time, because I accidentally did the third strike, which I didn't even mean to. Not yet, Arcus. Woo, let's just ignore that. You know what? It occurred to me. This type of section would actually be a lot better if you just had the ability to... What? What actually happened there? I literally wasn't looking at the screen, I was looking at chat. I was holding down, and then I died. Oh, I got hit. I got hit, which made me stop crouching, which made me instantly die, because this game is stupid. I think I've had that happen to me before. I know that feeling, Gwahir, back when I used to work cash register. The things that made those days go by smoother was having a book at the register with me. Either way, thank you very, very much, Gwahir. I will put that towards Hades in just a moment. Yep, Zero lost his ability to duck. He lost his human powers. But yeah, so, okay, what I was trying to say... No, Gingaman. Let me write that down. Why here? I don't know why I said that so weird. There we go. I almost wrote down Gwahir, the Windlord, Dune. No, Hades. There we go. Anyways. This is the third time I've tried to say this sentence. If you had the ninja's ability, where you just cling to the edge and don't have to, you know, mash in order to stay in place, this would actually work a little bit better. Instead of, you know, mash, 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 mash. Yeah, I've heard a weirdly large amount of positive stuff about that G Cormos, which is funny, because I always thought the readings of the Chronicles were terrible streams. I mean, I remember them as non-stop pain and agony, because it's really hard on my hands and on my legs and on my everything to do that for such a long period of time. And my throat was killing me. But apparently a lot of people liked him, so... Maybe Gingaman, because... Yeah, I'm not doing it again. I've already demonstrated that it was death. I secretly wish I was Southern. Oh, bulk! I was taking damage, so I couldn't crouch! Oh my god! And you know the best part? If I turned on easy mode, it wouldn't help! Easy mode doesn't prevent crushing damage. This is just... Anyway, so negative for this stage. What is it, Gate 3, I think? Yeah, this is Gate 3. You know what's really stupid about this? If I could just complain for 1 second. Easy mode prevents you from dying to spikes. Cool. And prevents you from dying to pits. Cool. But it doesn't prevent you from getting crushed, even though it can, because there is code in this game that makes it so you take damage instead of being crushed. It's there if you get, like, accidentally pushed into a block. You've probably seen this happen, because it's happened several times in this very playthrough. That was actually pretty close, but whatever. Like, have a checkpoint be here, game! We don't even have the good music for this section. It's just Gates' stupid...
Ready?
God almighty, someone give me a topic. Someone give me something to talk about. Anybody. Give me something to take my mind off of this. FF14 sucks! It's the worst game I've ever played. WoW is superior to it in every way. No, I'm seeing the Dune movie in 2 weeks. It's more like a week and a half. 2 Sundays from now. I'm going to be seeing it with my friend Third, who's awesome. Crush fetish. No. I am not the bald of awesome, but I appreciate the thought. Thank you. Whoa! Whoa! Alatar Morenitar? Am I saying that right? 'Cause that's a cool name if I'm saying that right. Favorite Mega Man game that isn't Shovel Knight? Ooh, that's actually a good question. Yes, the Dune movie, I can go ahead and give away. They've given this away. Is part 1. Very clearly and demonstrably. The good news is they finally greenlit, green flag, excuse me. No, it's greenlit, I'm right. They greenlit part 2 this week. Took them a friggin' while. Disciples. What the heck is Disciples? Fringe Philosopher. Mass Effect 3 multiplayer Phantom. Look, I love Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, but... yeah. Also, Krogan headbutts for days! Oof! Krogan Vanguard. I actually prefer Asari Vanguard, but Krogan Vanguard. Ooh. I can't even think of a Mega Man game that isn't Shovel Knight all of a sudden. Help me out, help me out. Other than Gunvolt, I suppose. So there you go, Gunvolt. By default. This is the only one I can think of. Oh, you're right. There you go. 20XDX is the answer, but only because 30XDX isn't actually out yet. By all accounts, 30XDX looks like it's going to be a lot better. Oh my god! Mighty number 9 is garbage. Any questions? Yeah, I just needed something to distract me. I need to be thinking while I'm playing. This is why we're going to be playing Super Metroid while we talk next Sunday. Now we gotta do this fight as 0. Someone name a number between 1 and 9. So impressive. All of my Reploids have already been destroyed. I don't know where this accent's coming from. I've already been destroyed. I confess that I have nothing to use. I couldn't analyze you enough. Or should I say it was impossible to analyze you completely. It's too dangerous to put my DNA to use. You must have been aware of that. Delete all the remaining program you have. Not yet. Just give me one more chance to fight you. I've never thought I'd be able to fight the original one. This is a long-awaited opportunity. Fight me, Zello! It is useless to fight you anymore. Just give up and surrender. Have a good day at work, Quacker. I won't. I am so close. Prepare yourself, Zero. Mop it! Game? Oh my god, the inputs. I didn't need those inputs anyways. Fucking double red, that's awful, dude. Awful RNG. Oh, Jesus. Triple red! Oh yeah, we're in it now. Why do you do collision damage? Ready? Was Mighty Number 9 salvageable? Hang on, Torchunder asked a question too. How do I feel about Metroid Fusion? I don't really remember Metroid Fusion that well, and that's my answer to that. I've only actually played through it once. Plus the last boss, which I did for a friend of mine. Why would we need ranged weapons? We got this, Zach Def. God, this fight. Oh. Anyways, I do like this song. Another red. That's just, yeah, I'll accept not hitting you in exchange for getting rid of the red. Yeah, speaking of which, we have to decide for the final time if we give our fourth third negative. Oh my god. If the local were here, he'd say no. But he's never experienced the joy that is what I just did against the wall. Yeah, so the blue orb absorbs you in, like a black hole kind of a thing. I don't actually remember what orange does. Green homes in on you. Oh yeah, orange shoots? Orange shoots, green absorbs. Red literally kills your frames. Literally. Literally eats inputs by design. Purple spawns nightmares. I think that's everything. Blue, red, orange, green, purple. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Mighty Number 9. Is Mighty Number 9 salvageable? As usual, in order to determine that, we need to determine what is the core of Mighty Number 9. What's the underlying bones and premise of Mighty Number 9? Yeah, so if we go with a Mega Man game, then yeah, no, that's easily salvageable. It's not hard to make a good Mega Man game. That being said, was Mighty Number 9 screwed from the beginning? Yeah. Anybody who's looked into the behind-the-scenes of Mighty Number 9 knows just how absolutely destroyed that game was always going to be. So, yeah, no, Mighty Number 9 would be easy to salvage. It's just crap, you know? What? Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Ready?
That's a good question, Charnadu. Yes, it was, Jan Dolphin. Completely. Oh my god. On every level, too. That's the funny part. They screwed up multiple times in multiple ways. It's not like they just, walked out and were like, boo. No, it's cascade failure. Anyways. Am I allowed to cheat in either game? For this question, Charnadu. I assume the answer is no. In that case, I'll play Octopath from the start. Mighty Number 9 is almost intolerable without cheats. In fact, I've never beaten Mighty Number 9 without cheats, and I never will. I couldn't cheat the last time I played Octopath Traveler. It was literally impossible. And I beat Octopath Traveler. Make of that what you will. What are we up to? Oh, right. I don't have any E-tanks because I'm a moron. Yep, a whole frickety month. I'm hating myself. By the way, the best part about this, there's no doubling up. Like, one thing which would barely salvage this fight from a third negative is if you could stagger it so that if you hit him with, like, because it shoots out 3 balls in each direction, right? But it doesn't matter what you hit him with. It doesn't matter if you hit him right on his face and hit him with all 6. It doesn't matter if you hit him with 3 or 2 or 1 or 15 or 30,000. It always does the exact same damage. Yeah, exactly. If multiple hits, if you could be rewarded for blowing the bump on his face, that would actually add to the boss design. It still would be a bad boss, to be clear, but at least there would be something you could do in order to actually hit him more. Instead, we have Hazardous, for God's sakes. Oh, I feel you on that one, Charnaduke. Thankfully, it didn't kill it for me, but... What?! Look at this! Look at this! They just put this down here. They just put a floor on the stage. If you could do... Oh my god! Oh my god, and it doesn't do double damage to him because we're not doing damage to him. So we're still doing the same damage. Oh, no, never mind. I think we are still doing double damage. Never mind, never mind. I'm wrong. Oh my god! Oh, did they, Zalok? I didn't actually see that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out down here. I love how completely random the placement is of these things, by the way. The platforms that are here. You can tell there's no thought put into these placements. It's just, yep, it's here. It did normally, yes, Jaron Duffy, and I was having to deal with that when I was fighting him, quote-unquote, normally. Listen, Gate is just so incredible. You don't understand. He's... OC, do not steal. Yeah, yes. The fact that Gate and Hymax are the quote-unquote invincible enemies is just... What? I am actually confused by that. You said that before, Zalok, and I'm just gonna go ahead and disagree with you completely on that. This is not a ping-pong fight. That's not ping-pong. This is blow up his balls near him or in an arc next to him so that the balls will explode in a way that hits him. That is a clear distinction from bouncing something back and forth between him. That being said, I'm pretty sure Ganondorf is or has gotten a negative for the RNG with regards to his fight in Ocarina of Time, because that's stupid. If you don't understand what I mean by that, in Ocarina of Time, the number of times Ganondorf bounces is completely random, and can just be bounce, 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 bounce. Oh, and then finally you can hit him. You know what's funny is both Hymax and this are both nonsense in regards to how much health they have. I remind you, we are doing double damage right now. Would you do something? Thank you. How do you get your cape to float in the wind while you're just standing there? Okay. He's not that badass. He's literally in his backstory, a total loser. That's actually his character, is that he's a Dorcas who was dating Aelia, who we save at the end of the game for no good reason. Alright, let's turn that back off. Oog! I lost, even though I used Zero's DNA. Oh, I should have analyzed it more. Is there a fault in the program? But this is not the end. I don't give up so easily. I resurrected Sigma. And then Sigma kills him. Just letting that voice clip play. I think we earned that. Yeah, if we could get a cleanup here, Zactaf, just wrap this up. Now it's just you. I'm waiting for you. You're finished. I knew you'd return, so we meet again. Time to end this. Go, Zero. I'm definitely not Dr. Wily's voice actor. You're the strongest robot. That is Dr. Wily's voice actor, by the way. Did somebody call me? Zero, what is it? Nothing. I'll go after Sigma. Yeah, the funny thing is, even for Gates' various plans and ideas and concepts and character and sanity, there's no reason for him to bring back Sigma. I'm okay with it because it means we get to kill Sigma, but it's still just kind of like, and then there's Sigma. What? Ready? Let's gonna enjoy the best song of the game for... Oh, we gotta do the refights. Oh my god, we gotta do the refights. I have to kill Sigma. It's like a need. It's more than just a need. I know, in every fiber of my being, I will kill Sigma. Alright, so let's do this properly. Mega Man, or sorry, Metroid. French philosopher, Metroid. Easy answer. I've actually been asked that before, though. Yes, I did, Zactaf. You've been calling Mr. Clean since the beginning, I think. I know Sigma exists, so I must kill Sigma. Sorry. Hello? There we go. A little closer. There we go. One of these is you. All that crap. Die. Wow. And considering he goes up against Colonel, that's insanity. No, I didn't, Damashi. It felt like it was an unfair thing to do, since effectively there's nothing that adds to the negativity other than the fact that you're doing it as a separate character. I mean, if Mr. Clean was a total badass... No, I'm kidding. Sigma could have been so cool. He is cool in the comics. In fact, how many of you read Worlds Unite, just out of curiosity? It's the same reason why several of the bosses I gave negatives for, I haven't given a second negative for. Now, if I felt like the fight was substantially and noticeably different as Zero, then yeah, I'd probably do that. Does anyone know what he's weak to, by the way? No reason. I'm just gonna give this away. Spoilers! Sigma is the villain of Worlds Unite. And he's kind of awesome at it. The only downside is he's still not a character. He's just an evil villain, but, yeah. Ready? Or maybe it is Worlds Collide. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. It's Sonic and Mega Man, which is actually a pretty common... Whoops. combo in the Archie comic series. It's also why Robotnik is actually evil and Dr. Wily isn't. Seriously, that's actually a character point, is that Dr. Wily is Bowser, to use the parallel, and Robotnik is evil. Like, actually messed up, something wrong with him. Holy crap, evil. Don't mind me. By the way, if you haven't read the Archie comics in general about Mega Man, I actually do recommend it. There's some good stuff. There's if you like story in Mega Man, read the Archie comics about Mega Man. Yes, Zero is very dizzy right now. Well, yeah, almost all of the modern games tend to portray Robotnik as silly. You know, the Dr. Wily approach or the Bowser approach. It's in the comics where they just tilt into him being just this, as Taqueta points out, an egocentric, narcissistic megalomaniac. And everything that implies. It's not pretty. That. What if he does know Zalok? What if they programmed him with an inner ear just so he can experience being dizzy for no reason? Take advantage of my positioning here. Whoops. Wrong button for a minute there. A little careful. There we go. Total non-canonicity, Velvedrix. So the Archie comics retain their own continuity pretty well, actually. But it's a completely separate continuity from everything else. I think you're right, Ginga Man. Never mind the fact that we've already had, canonically, at least 2 alternate dimensional and alternate timeline Robotniks at this point. Exactly so. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the IDW comics are also evil Robotnik, while we're on the subject. By the way, yes, I know he's technically called Eggman, I just don't care. There's no elitism there, I prefer the name Robotnik, and it's the one I've memorized, and I don't feel like changing the name. Well, no, if I'm remembering correctly, and I could be wrong about this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something like, there we go. It was something that, in the original Japanese, he was called Eggman, and then when they were pulling Sonic 1, the original Sonic game, over into English, they did that initial story arc thing for him, in comics, actually. Not IDW, this is before that. Ah! And that was, and that came up with the name Robotnik, actually Kittenbur, if you want to be technical about it. And they were like, hey, and the name just sort of continued in English until they finally started calling him Eggman again, like he was always intended to be. I think technically, as of modern continuity, it's actually like Robotnik Eggman, or Eggman Robotnik is his full name, or something like that. Something like that. I forget the specifics, please forgive me. Hey, Dr. Winter. Yeah, the thing is, again, I've had his name memorized as Eggman for years. Or sorry, Robotnik for years. The exact opposite of what I just said. curious. Yeah, okay. So it's just kind of stuck in there, and honestly, if I'm being completely blunt, I prefer Robotnik to Eggman. Drilling balls just fine here. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna get hit anyways, while being safe. Very important part of the strategy. Lol, Zach Tapp. He's not allowed to fly, is he? Hi, Blue Felix. But yeah, anyways, it doesn't really matter. Again, I just prefer Robotnik, and that's all that there is to that. And so I sort of automatically and without meaning to refer to him as Robotnik. Like, I didn't even really think about it until I noticed someone in chat was calling him Eggman, and that's what drew my attention. It was like, oh yeah. Well, at least you're here to improve my mood, Ground Scaravich. Oh, you have an attack? Holy crap. Oh, wow, that one took a minute. Oh, wow, 2 in a row. Holy crap. It's actually really unlucky. Yeah, I was gonna say, that one can actually hurt like hell.
Ready?
Yep, nope. Ground Scaravich is a dung beetle. Imagine being a Reploid based on a dung beetle. Just picture that for a second. Yes. That's true, you could be that blobfish, which I can't remember the name of. You know, the really, really ugly gelatin-looking fish. Oh my god, my nose is... Oh god! Wasn't ready, my nose itched. There we go. That's a good question, Damashi. Anyways, I don't want to keep bashing this poor game. But I'm going to give another negative to gameplay. That was Mega Man 6 or 5, Valvedrix, I forget which. And 8, actually. It was 6, okay. Yes, Hasdus. That's what I was referring to. This is a gameplay negative for general irritation. I've actually already shown several examples of this. Let me give you another example. Oh, I should heal before the next fight, so let me do this. And then go up, and then go up, and then go up. Then go down. Whoops, went too far down. And then go over here. And go over here. There's a large amount of very small, insignificant things that are nevertheless legitimately bad design that are just there, that are tiny little pinpricks of irritation in every stage of this game. And I've been pointing out several of them as we go because of the fact that it's just, who thought this out? And, well, they probably didn't, is probably exactly the point. Figured out his weak point. Yeah, Metal Shark Player is so cool that I made him Tuvok. Come on, can't you picture it, right? Meanwhile, everyone in chat's like, what the heck are you talking about? Yes, lightsaber the crotch is your weak point. It's actually a weirdly large number of people's weak points, go figure. Tuvok was always a necromancer. I mean, he resurrected in Voyager. From the dead. Never mind. I'm slowly getting there, Jared Tuffy. I overall have a really tame, really good comment section. And then, every now and again, there's just like this sniper bullet to my brain comment, which just really bothers me. And it's actually quite rare. And I understand that. I understand that I am, you know, don't have nearly as bad a comment section as is the norm. But it still just kind of makes me get disinclined to read comments sometimes, you know? Also true, Dakota. This is not a joke, just yesterday, there was an app for, so YouTube has an app specifically for doing things like keeping track of comments, right? The reason I bring that up is it got an update yesterday, which literally makes it more irritating to read comments. Before, there was a nice big button, which is good because it's a mobile interface, which you could just hit this button and say comments, and then you could hit another nice big button and say unread comments. Okay, cool. We're good. Now, there's a tiny little button, which you have to click the X, which is even smaller, on, in order to de-click the filter, and then you have to click another small button in order to change the filter to unread comments. Yeah, no, I am 100% aware of just how much better you guys are than normal YouTube comments. Every time I take a look at normal YouTube comments, it actually kind of blows me away how much of a garbage fire they are. I don't know how else to put that. I mean, you didn't hear me say this, but even Lore Reloaded's comment section tends to be just, you know? Like, I started off reading his side of the comments for the Trek rewrites. I am no longer doing that. I'm no longer reading his comments on the Trek rewrite videos. You know? And he's not as bad as it gets either. I have seen so much worse. It's like, with YouTube comments, we can just keep going down in quality, you know? We just plummet down there. There's no rock bottom. It just keeps going down. He does, Zillow. He admittedly goes out of his way to do that in order to generate clicks, in order to generate views, in order to generate ad, in order to generate money. It's a deliberate part of his design, which he hates doing and wishes he could stop, but YouTube. By the way, I'd just like to say for the 7,000th time how thankful I am to all of you that I don't have to do that nonsense. Thank you for the fact that I don't have to do that nonsense. Time. Let's go fight Hobo Sigma. Without cheats on. Alright. Let's reach Hobo Sigma without cheats on. Let's work on that first. I mean, in fairness, the fact that I've very rarely had to delete... Why would you do that, Asnus? I've very rarely had to delete Polemic Day streams. That's... If I have any better way of showing how awesome you guys are, I don't know of it. I love that intro. I really do. Yeah, no kidding, Blue Alex. Sigma. Is it X or 0? Who cares? Just leave. No. Now you're mine. Silence. Such a pitiful reploid. I'll still be able to destroy you. I'll put you out of your misery. Remember how random this game, or this fight can be? Let's see which one we get. Okay, that's bad. Okay, well, whatever. We got hit first. We're getting weird luck right now. That's bad luck. Yeah, I don't get that one, Zactaft, I'm sorry. I got none. Like I said, Hazardous, we could just keep going down in quality. You got it, Mr. Red. Yeah, Sigma literally can't even tell if it's X or 0 on sight. That's how far gone he is. Damn it. Oh yeah, he could do that. He didn't do that at all last time. That's another thing he could do randomly. I love the fact that one of his attacks is to get hit by you so hard that he flips out, you know? God damn it. It's too slow. So that is the stun lock attack I mentioned earlier. Now, you do have to be in a bad situation to get stun locked, but if you do get stun locked by it, you're dead. You cannot get out of it if he decides to keep doing it. Just straight up. I've had that happen before. He just does that over and over and over and over and over, and then you die, because there's nothing you can do about it. Oh my god, you're right, Giant Rat Guy. That's actually pretty bad luck, but okay, I'll accept that. So apparently when you hit him as his weak point, he does that too. I don't think I knew that. It's actually dangerous to hit him with his weak point. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, anyways. And then we fought Sigma. With half damage on. Because I never got the half damage part. I think half damage was one of the ones we permanently lost in the Zero campaign. Yeah, last time we got one of his easiest patterns. We just wrecked him. do like the voice acting on Sigma here. I will look at it sometimes, Acteft. Today's a busy day, but at some point I probably will. I actually agree with that, Ginga Man. Even when Sigma is this battered and broken, he's still a threat. Because he could be. He should be. He's Sigma. Where are you? Show your face now. Kid! I'll show you what I'm all about. Die, Zello. Just die, Zello. His mind is gone. I won't allow you to rise again. This is the last act, Sigma. There will be no X7. Second best song of the game. I stand by what I said. Sigma should not have returned for 7 or 8. I understand there's an asterisk for 8, but I stand by my sentence. Think about how much health Gate had while we were cheating. Put that in your mind, just for a second. Whoa, it's useless, useless! You know it is, you can't defeat me, you know you can't. Shut up. Just die. I'll come back to fight you again. Yeah, believe me, I've been thinking a lot about the Mega Man rewrite as we've been going through these. A lot. There's a lot we could do with this. Okay, so we beat Sigma, the universe is saved, everything's cool, right? Time for a happy ending. Alright.
なるほど。これを取り除くにはかなりの時間がかかりそうです。
Why is he called Mystery Scientist? Anyways, I see. It'll take a while to get rid of this.
確かに。
Even with the latest technology, it's hard to succeed.
私でも。
I'm not really sure if I can fix this completely.
構わん。
Don't worry, I must do it before it's too late.
しかし、
But you haven't had any problems yet.
あなたなら。
You'll be fine as you are, won't you? Well, love these sentences, really.
余計な。
It's none of my business, but
また大きな。
what will we do in a crisis without you? I'm sorry, but don't worry.
ハンターにはもっと。
There's a superior Maverick Hunter.
それより。
But I'm scared that I may become a disturbing presence. Every time I'm around X, he looks distracted, and some weird pigmentation happens in his cheeks. I'm not sure what that's up with, but whatever.
承知しました。
I agree. You look ready.
あ、
Yeah, so when will I wake up?
何語
In Mega Man Zero.
約100。
August 15th, 110 years from now.
わかった。
Alright, here's to a successful sleep.
わかりました。
I'll do my best. Have a good sleep. The end. What? This is so irritating to me. Like, at least I could understand in vagueness some of the idea they're going with. Because, you know, someone just used Zero's DNA in order to, you know, cause horrible problems. But the problem with that is that he's assuming that by sealing himself away, he will be able to stop them from using his DNA. Even though his DNA is already out there in several formats. As was demonstrated by this very game. All he's doing is removing the fact that he can do something about other people misusing his DNA. That's all he's done here. Oh, and they're also analyzing his program for some reason. For a century. What? Oh, Jesus, I don't know, charting to do. Let's just take from the X's, the ones I've reviewed so far. I'm gonna limit myself to games we've reviewed so far. I admit Albert 2 is pretty far up there. I'm just kind of going mentally in order here. I also really liked the... Sting Chameleon's a good fight. sponge, wire sponge is pretty good. And then, so we're up to 3. And then we'll go with Magma Dragoon in 4. And let's go with the 0 or X fight in 5, because that's pretty good. And I'm out of games. I've come up with 5 trying to do. There you go. You get 5. I think you're right, Zilok. That's what I've always assumed, but I have no idea. Anyways, whatever. Let's do the audit. Give me a second, Zactef. We're gonna audit it up. We gotta audit. Yeah, I did, Imperial Star Destroyer. I apologize. Mine is the 0 theme. The 0 virus, excuse me. I'm gonna actually write that down. Make sure I mention the music. Music. There we go. Yeah, Izok, a.k.a. totally not Wily. Yeah, the Skiver can rot in hell. That's a terrible boss fight. Okay, so let's see here. Where's my freaking audit page? There it is. No, actually... So, right now, let me update the HUD to where we are as of this moment in time, which is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do this. We're going to just combine these into 1 because it wasn't as good as it was in X5. So that's going to be 16 pluses, 36 negatives. Hang on, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. 4... Hello. 4 pluses, 4 negatives here. Okay. So the HUD is currently up to date. Now... Now I need to do a little math really quick, which means I'm going to mute myself unintentionally, like I always do. This is the same button as the mute button. Give me a second. But we do have to do the audit first. What the... Okay. Punch in this code to become super awesome. I don't know if I'd call it proprietary, Jaron Dolphin, since the spreadsheet that shows it is publicly available. But it's actually more like 12, I think, formulas all stacked on top of each other. The whole point is to take into account everything, so it takes into account a lot of separate things. And then weights them all, and then here we are, right? Okay, so 5, 10... 10, 15. This would be easy, actually. 11, 15, 11, 18, 11, 48. There we go, 11, 48. That was easy. I can do that in my head. Still need to divide 48 by 60 to get an actual number. 0.8. There we go. Okay, so audit time. Yeah, here. Hey, secret code. We're just going to leave that up there. All right, story first, as usual. Because we haven't looked at the outro in either axis yet for X6. Animation. No. Atmosphere and tone. No. Babylon 5 effect. No. Background lore. I'm actually going to say yes, but we've already given that positive. That's for the backstory that we've already talked about. Banter, branching narrative, kind of. Camera work, no. Characters. We actually gave a character plus, so I'm just going to go ahead and jot that. I think that's one of the first character... That is the first character plus we've given the X's. Not the first we gave the zeros. I know, right, Cyclone? All right, let's see here. We also have cinematics. No. Cuts, consequence, storytelling. No. Cutscene, incompetence. No. Dialogue. Negative to dialogue. Oh, did we give a third negative to gate? Double checking. We didn't give a third negative to gate. Third and final negative for gate. There we go. We're up to... Thank you for reminding me. This is why we do these audits. Gotta make sure we catch everything. I still miss stuff periodically, and I have to go back and edit the website to be like, oh yeah, right, I'm dumb. Okay, doodads. This is the first Mega Man game we've played. Excuse me, that's not true. This is the first X game we've played I don't want to give a doodad +2. Would anyone like to argue me up from that? While you debate that, all over. External continuity. I mean, yeah, no, that's one of the few things that helps the story, so that gets a positive. Let's see. Fake drama. Sorry, I'm mentally thinking of Mega Man X5's backgrounds and doodad utilization. Because I remember the Repliforce Airport, which is the one that pushed me over into the positive. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm remembering that's the only stage that really had good background stuff. The Guns N' Roses stage was alright. And by that I mean Axl Rosa Red. But like the Duff McWhalen stage was not great with regards to that. All of the Sigma virus stages were terrible about that. In fact, we gave a negative for that. No, I'm going to stand by it. I think there's enough to justify a doodad positive. Just not really good stuff like we did in, say, Mega Man ZX or ZX Advent or 11. Anyways. So external continuity, yes. Yay. Fake drama, no. Foreshadowing, no. Humor, no. Integration, no. Internal continuity, no. Intro. We already talked about this a little bit. I think we decided that the intro is either a wash or a negative. Because even if we ignore the terrible localization, what we have is not really that great of a hook. So the world's been destroyed, and there's this nightmare on the loose, and there's people trying to investigate the nightmare, and Zero's back. Okay. That's just... what? Lighting, no. Localization, negative. Big negative for that. Yeah, the intro is like, hey, there's an apocalypse. Which, yeah. As it should be. Outro. So, I think the outro needs a negative. We've already actually given the outro a positive. But the endings themselves are dumb. Oh, hang on. Don't worry, Dimash. Oh, remember that. Do me a favor and remember that, because I need to remember that too. So... negative to outro for stupidity by gate and by the terrible endings. Pacing, plotting, plot. We actually gave a positive to plot for X5 and a negative to plot for X4. And those are the only ones we've really touched on the plot, because plot isn't really usually a big thing with regards to the narrative of these games. In fact, I'm having trouble actually thinking about a plot. You know what? I'm going to walk away from that. There's no plot here. Moving on. Sound design doesn't exist for narrative. Story sequencing. Storyboarding. There we go. Now, we've already given that negative. That's just bad. Or actually, we could put that on... no, let's just leave it there. Visual continuity. We gave that a negative too. Visual storytelling. Nope. For once, we are not giving a visual storytelling plus in a Mega Man game, which is the actual first Mega Man game we have not given a visual storytelling plus. Think about that for a moment. Voice acting, can't judge. World building, not really. Writing, sucked. Okay, so, what were you asking about, Zalok? I'm sorry. Which point? Because I know you're like 40 seconds behind me. And I'm kind of running through these at my pace. Plotting, plat, outro... oh, the endings. Right. The endings are dumb. I think the endings are dumb. Because, like, we've got two major endings. One of which is, like, we did it. We're going to build all the new stuff and everything. And I could make everything happen. And I've saved Gate. Yes, this time we will make things happen. or maybe we leave him behind. It's just whatever. We're gonna fight for a new future at the end, or I'm gonna go into this capsule for no explained reasons for 102 years for no explained reasons. I agree with what you're saying. However, I don't think this should happen. I mean, granted, the bad writing and the bad localization make both worse. But even if you pull that away, it's just dumb. It's. I'll tell you exactly why I'm saying dumb specifically. Because it is it is inaccurately applied to the tone at hand. It is the end of an 80s cartoon attached to this game, which is a in the middle of dealing with the apocalypse nightmare scenario. And in both cases, it's the same kind of thing. And it's just, what? You may disagree with my usage of the word dumb, but I don't. That is dumb. That is actual misappropriate utilization of tone and placement. Negative. Moving on. Gameplay. Oh, sorry. So that leaves us with a net -1 to story. Okay. Ugh. Gameplay. I just realized we're going to give out more negatives to gameplay. That just sort of clicked with me. I was too, Zillow. I really was, in all honesty. But whatever. So, the AI design to enemies is something we usually don't talk about in these games. But as I've demonstrated several times, the AI design in this game is actively bad. Actually, there should be one here, too, for X3 was the other game we gave that negative for. So, we haven't given that negative. Actually, no, we have given that negative. Never mind, never mind. Okay. We don't have to add a negative, but we do have to acknowledge the negative we gave for that. Okay. Animations. I'm not impressed with the animations in this game. And Mega Man games usually get animation pluses. X and Zero are okay, but ultimately just copy-paste from the previous games. The enemies usually don't have animations. I was actually showing that off several times. I mean, the most obvious example is Turtleoid, but honestly, Hymax is a better example. He's just here like this, and occasionally does this, and he goes, ugh. And then he does this, and then he does this, and that's it. And it's bland. So I'm not going to give a plus to animations for this game. Audio spam. Did we already write that down? We did. So we already gave an audio spam there. Auto battle doesn't exist. Alternate leveling kind of exists. Yeah, oh my god, Damashi, you're right. There are some enemies that literally don't telegraph their attacks. They just do whatever. Hey, Grugapug. Hang on. So, Nightmare Mother doesn't do that. The nightmares themselves don't do that. The purple guy who's invincible while he's got the shield up doesn't do that. I'm trying to think of instances where it's demonstrably bad game design for the absence of animations, because there's no telegraphing whatsoever. 5. Easy answer, Cashel. I don't even have to think about that one. The donuts don't, yep. The donuts, granted, have a bit of a pattern, although I guess they kind of don't in some cases. Yeah, the donuts don't. That's another one. There's so few enemies in this game. It's kind of sad. I think you're right. Oh my god. So, okay, negative for animations. A negative for animations in a Mega Man game. Yes, I do, Mr. Red. Okay, backtracking. So X6 is probably one of the most heavy games on backtracking when it comes to Mega Man. I'd say it's up there with ZX and ZX2 because they really do want you to go back through the stages and go through the stages multiple times in different orders to get all the rescues and get all the power-ups and blah 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 blah. And it's clear they intended that. It's clear that that's designed in this case. So that's bad backtracking. Hey, Darth Medoro. I hope work is going well for you. Bosses. Oh, Jesus. Do we have any good bosses? Yes, we did have a couple of good bosses. Thank God. Okay. That's two good bosses. That's more good bosses than X3 had. And we're just going to go to the max number of negatives on bosses because we have given 9? No, 12 negatives just for boss fights in this game. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Go directly to gate thing. I could put that in as a positive. We gave that positive to X5. I'm cool with putting that positive here. We're probably going to give a replay positive as well. In fact, I'm just going to jot that down right now. Okay, bugs. Let's skip over that for the moment. Built-in cheats. Yep, no, it does. It did get that positive. Scroll over a little bit. Choices, we just gave that positive. Co-op doesn't exist. Controls. Did I write down controls? I did. Core combat. Yeah, no. Core mechanics. Gameplay. So look, it's an options thing, so that's a gameplay concept. There's so many negatives in the gameplay thing I have to search through here, but I'm pretty sure that the entire... Yep. So the nightmare... no, where is it? I know I wrote it down somewhere. Rescue system. That's a negative there. No, X5 gave... Actually, maybe it didn't. I don't actually know. That's neither a positive nor negative to look. But I don't remember if they gave it an X5 or not. Difficulty curve. I'm not going to give a difficulty curve negative, mostly because the difficulty is fairly the same, and most of the things that make it terrible, we've already given separate negatives for. I don't think we need to give an additional negative for something that we've already given multiple negatives for, so we're just going to move on from that. Difficulty options. Whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. Difficulty options. Yes, that is a thing we gave a positive for. Encounter rate, that's the Ninja Gaiden thing. Encounters, that's the first time we've given an enemy encounter negative for that. Enemy variety, we gave a negative for that. Graphics fidelity, the graphics do not look good in this game. It's one of the extremely few Mega Man. In fact, it is currently the only Mega Man game we have not given a sprite work positive for. Even 5 had some good stuff in it. This is just whatever. That's the soul farming, which we gave a negative for. That's the itemization, which we gave a negative for. That's the interface, which we gave a negative for. Intro gameplay-wise. I think it's inoffensive enough to not give a negative there. I know, Gingaman. The other weird thing is if you ever really look at Ground Scaravich's sprites, it looks off. Like it feels like they screwed something up when they were converting him to text. Yeah, I think the removal of the Alia mandatory stuff is what's going to pull me down from a negative to intro. So we'll just skip over that. Itemization, negative. Kit. We did actually give several pluses for this. In fact, we gave 3. So, yay, Kit. Woo! Positives. Levels and stages. Did we give any level positives? This is the first Mega Man game we've reviewed that has... No, I'm wrong. This is the second Mega Man game we've reviewed that has not had a single positive for stages or level design. And let's just add all the negatives for that, because duh. Level scaling doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, that doesn't exist. There's no map. Ah, yes, mid-mission checkpoints. I remembered, Damashi, I remembered. So, I gave a plus for mid-mission checkpoints, because when it's good, it's actually really good. But then there's when it's bad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the plus and the negative for mid-mission checkpoints. Like in Gate 2 or any Crusher stage, just to give 2 examples right off the top of my head. And it's stupid because we know they could do good mid-mission checkpoints because they do that in multiple stages. I have an example right off the top of my head for you. Blaze Heatnix has tons of checkpoints all over the place. Why? Hell, so does Wolfang, for that matter. Infinity Maginian had bad checkpoints. Whatever. Music. We did give 2 pluses for music. The music is awesome. Outro. The Nightmare System is a negative. In fact, I should jot that down under core mechanics. We gave a negative for the Nightmare System, because it's... Even if we ignore everything else down from the negative there, the fact is, it's lazy. That's just the end of the day there, you know? So, outro. So the final Sigma stage sucks and is boring and stupid. It's a non-stage. The final fight with Sigma sucks and is too random, and the final fight with Final Sigma sucks and is too random. See you around, Cat Horse. Have a good meeting. Now, I should mention that I gave an outro positive for narrative and an outro negative for narrative. Did we... I'm looking at my stuff here. It looks like we actually already gave the outro negative. Yeah, it's right there. 32. So, I don't think we're going to give another negative. It's just, this is not a good outro. Moving on. Pacing. Neither, Gingaman. It's just a non-thing. Explanations are nice. Lack of explanation probably wouldn't even be a negative in this case, though. It depends. It always depends. So anyways, pacing. Yeah, that's you see why I'm hesitating so much, because in some cases this game is actually quite smooth, and in other cases it's just, and you're just stuck here, have fun. And that's kind of the definition of bad pacing in a nutshell, isn't it? Yeah, no, alright, whatever. Yeah, it's very random. It's all over the place. And that's the problem. It's the same problem Mega Man X3 had, actually, just worse. Um, I mean, this is how this works, Art Spruce. I can't have bias when it comes to these. I mean, I can, but I still have to do it, right? I don't want to give this many negatives to this game. I replayed this game a lot, and I enjoyed replaying this game a lot, but God almighty, I, I can't avoid giving negatives if it deserves them. That's how that works. Just like I can't avoid giving positives to a game I don't like. It doesn't work that way, right? Um, I'm thinking about that, Zalok, and what I think I'm willing to do is I'm going to give so normally gameplay and story integration pluses hit both axes. I think in this case I'm just going to give the 1 because it's kind of an aggregate in both directions. And so I think just baking it into a single story positive is a better thing there. And I'm not just saying that because that pushes the story up to 0. I do think that it's more of a narrative thing than elsewise, so... Hey, yay, man. What's up? That actually pushes it up to a 0 on the story axis, which I can accept that. Let me adjust the sheet just to show that really quick. Whoa, let me accidentally delete the thing on the sheet just to be an idiot. There it is right there. Oop, okay. Back to gameplay. Where were we? Yes. Replayability. How replayable is Mega Man X6? Now, we've given a replay plus to every X game, and there's a good reason for that. So, hey, you missed it, Ross. I'm going to repeat myself. Metal Shark player is Tuvok. Anyways. How replayable is this game? And that's a weird question for me, especially because I have replayed this game several times. I have replayed certain sections. I see. The thing is, again, despite all its issues, I do still think this game has built-in replayability. I do, despite its issues. Wow, we got way more souls as X. That's funny. Yeah, no, I do think it qualifies. I think it does. All right. So yeah. Replayability. It's not very replayable like X1 or X5 were, but it is still replayability. Yeah, there's the different armors, there's the rescues you can play through as 0 or X. You know, it counts. It counts. It deserves it. Raspberry Jam, Respecs, save system, sound design. I think we did. Yep, we did give a plus to sound design. Terrain design. We definitely gave a negative for that. All I gotta say is, how many stages have an upward slope with spikes or pits, or a downward slope with spikes or pits? Traverse that. Yep. Visual continuity, visual distinction. Pass. Walkthroughitis. Yoshi drums. No. Okay. What is it about X6 that has me coming back to it? I like some of the ideas, some of the narrative points. I know that's not a great reason to replay a game. It is just something that's occurred. There's also... Yeah, exactly, MLP Bourbon. There is... This isn't in the game's favor. It doesn't get positives for this. But there's potential on display. I imagine that several of you understand that feeling. In fact, several times I have specifically been streaming a game. In fact, I could name a specific example, Drakengard, Drakengard is a terrible game, and yet I know people and people who commented on it who flat out said that Drakengard was a game they would play or replay because they could see the potential of what it could be or what it might be, as opposed to what the game actually is, right? And I think that was me for X6, to be honest with you. Whereas X5 was a great game that had flaws, X6 is just a flawed game that could have been great. And there's a big distinction there. I'm hesitant to give walkthroughitis for parts. Because I don't think that's really walkthroughitis-y. It's just rescue people. And then you get parts. It is a superior system for acquiring parts, other than the fact that they can be permanently lost. Now, we've given the negative for the permanent loss, but I don't think... Yeah, exactly, Ross. I don't think that it deserves a separate negative for that. I don't think that works, Alok. Poisonally. I am not going to give the visual distinction positive. It's hard to see what's going on several times. Oh, Hymax. Well, we've already given Hymax 3 separate negatives. So if the only walkthroughitis is for him, I think we've covered that, you know. There is that time when the armor and the heart were right behind you, but we actually gave a negative for that, too. We put that under itemization. No, we put that under bad gameplay, guidance, and flow of exploration. Now, the 0 unlock, we haven't given a negative. That's true, Zilok. That's info in-game, though, which is related to walkthroughitis. But you're right, it doesn't tell you what the pieces actually do. And it doesn't tell you how to defeat Hymax. And it doesn't tell you... So you know what? God, I hate to give more negatives to this game. There's a specific category called info in-game. It came up because of Pokemon. We started giving negatives to Pokemon games because there's just stuff that the games don't put in the game, right? It's related to walkthroughitis, but walkthroughitis is kind of an extra worse version of that. But I will absolutely give a negative for lack of info in-game. Not... how to unlock 0, how to fight IMAX, and worst of all, yeah, the Bulbapedia. Yeah, exactly. That's give me the friggin' info in the game. What's funny is Pokemon's been slowly getting better about that over time. So every time we go back in a generation, we have to give more negatives for the info in game. Anyways. And worst of all, lack of info on what parts do. The other game that inspired the info thing is Final Fantasy IV, which we haven't actually reviewed. We've reviewed Final Fantasy IV DS, but if you remember Final Fantasy IV on the SNES, that game doesn't have information on what equipment, items, and armor does. It's the Flame Shield. Like, how many of you knew that equipment in Final Fantasy IV has special effects and special features to it? Because I didn't know that until the DS version came out. So yeah, that's info in game right there. Now I want to type something really quick just so I don't forget, because I have problems forgetting this kind of stuff. Yes, Dr. Winter. Skyrim, yes. Oof. Yeah, there are actually a decent number of games that have the info in-game problem. There's also a gap of... I mean, games have been doing this since forever, from the NES to the Xbox Essex. But there's a gap there right about from the late 90s to about the early 10s. And it's also the streamability gap, coincidentally. But in that gap, walkthroughs and guides and game facts were really common and popular. And so a huge number of games were built... pretty much, and there are interviews confirming this, pretty much with the idea that, well, they'll just look it up, so we don't have to put it in the game. So, anyways. There. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why it's kind of the opposite of info in game is guidance and flow. You know, playing a game and figuring out how things work and trying to understand how a game works because the game encourages you or guides you or whatever is good. That's a good thing, right? A game that just has you randomly walk over here and pick up this one chest after not picking up these 3 chests, that's not figuring out how the game works. That's bullcrap. I mean, for God's sakes, how long was it before Pokemon... Could you go back to Pokemon for a second? How long was it before Pokemon games even acknowledged in the game what effort values are? Or the fact that effort values exist? Anyways. Okay, so that, I think, is actually everything. Oh. My God. That score. Hang on. So that's 42 negatives minus 18. Oh my God, 18 positives. Giving us negative 24 to freaking gameplay. Oh my God. Wow. Now hang on. We got to figure out the golden number. So let's plug all this stuff in here. So what was that? That was 11.8. Give me a moment. This is this is going to be the worst Mega Man score. I guarantee it. It's going to surpass Mega Man 01, which I'm actually a little surprised by. So that's a 0 and negative, what was it again? Negative 42, I think. Shoot, I was just looking at it. I've already lost my own thing. Negative 24, not 42. Jesus Christ. So, and then we got that there and that there. So let's pull this down, and this, and then this. One, two, three, four, five, six. This is the 6th worst game I've ever reviewed. By the way, this is worse than Octopath Traveler. The golden number is negative 27.16. For perspective, X5 and 4 got positive 25, or basically 26, to give you a little bit of the inverse of that. Yeah, for the record, the lowest we've got, so obviously Anthem is at the bottom, and then, so Anthem, Quest 64, Drakengard, Just Cause 4, Star Trek Legacy, Greedfall, and then, oh, I said that wrong, sorry, then Greedfall. Yeah, no, I'm right, all right, and then Mega Man X6, and then Octopath Traveler. We'll see, Zalok. So the variance between gameplay and story is a consideration. I call it the weighted density, which is several formulas to get to that. So yes, the variance between story and gameplay is kept into account when it comes to the golden number. Wow. By the way, Breath of Fire 2 is a negative 13.88, to give a little bit of perspective on that. That's right, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is slowly getting better by default. Oh, wow. Okay, I need to go make a rumination on this game. And I gotta, make some stuff happen. I gotta do the post-stream, follow-up, all that fun stuff. When I'm done, I might start a little bit early, but when I'm done with my lunch break, we're going to play X7. And at this point, I'm actually legitimately curious if X7 is going to score worse than X6. You asked me that a week ago, I'd be like, oh, of course X7 is worse. And here we are. Wow. I'll see you then.